And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster and touching base with you. Today is Tuesday. Woo! We're going to be talking about, let me get down the screen, everyday objects reimagined. Everyday objects reimagined. But until then, we'll be talking about other things. So what's going on, y'all? This is Tuesday. The countdown is on every day. It's just like becoming more real. I don't know, I'm running out of time. Got Junk is coming next week. The moving people, we're still working on the schedule. so that's all happening. But all is well. All is well. Today is our last warm day in New York City, I do believe, for a while. And I see some wonderful folks in the building already. Let me say good morning to the wonderful Hannah. She gets the gold this morning. She says, good morning, Touch Base Daily family. Yes, she is in the building. Also, I see some familiar faces. I see Chris R. is in the building. She says, good morning. Good morning. And we have the wonderful, Chris got the silver, obviously. And then the bronze goes to Jazzy Jazz. And she says, good morning, beautiful people. And then my son is in the building. Mr. Adrian Florence is in the building. He says, happy Tuesday. I'm plucking his nerves. I think my grandparents would say, pluck the nerves. You pluck my nerves. I'm going to be plucking his nerves when I'm at his house. And so all is well. I have to tell you, last night I had an amazing night at an amazing book release of Jamel Shabazz. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to share some photos from the book. And also, if this video works properly, I may share a little clip from it. But also, I see Mimi's in the building. She says, good morning, Ron and RLP Touch Base Daily family. And Kelly A's in the building. And make sure if you're in the building, you hit the likes. Make sure you hit the like, because it lets people know you're here. And when the algorithms know you're here, it tells everyone else you are here. So here we go. And speaking of Mr. Jamel Shabazz, he is in the building. He says, Grand Rising family, what an awesome book release last night. And I was sharing with the young lady from the publishing house, and she and I were having a great conversation. I said, I go to book releases. I've been to several book releases over the years of my life. I've been to probably a lot of them. And I've also been to book readings, so you have a book read, usually some book release, and then have book reading, and then then you sign the book, and then, all that good stuff. However, it's different when you go to a book release of a photographer's. A photographer's book release is quite different. But I have to tell you, Jamel Shabazz does it on a level that no one else I have seen. I've gone to some really amazing book releases over the years of photographers, and no one, hands down, no one does it like Jamel Shabazz. And I know that he's usually concerned about, I'm telling too much stories. I don't want to bore you with all the information. The audience, like myself, are totally tuned in. It's almost, you can hear a pin drop, because with every one of his photos, there is an amazing story. And this book, I think I have all of it. No, I have a lot of books from Jamel. I have a lot of books. As a matter of fact, I was like, oh my gosh, all his books are packed away. Because, I took out my library, and his books were the first books. I had to make sure they were in the right watertight container, so that way no damage can happen to them. So now I have to put this book in a new watertight container, so that way nothing happens to it. And I'm going to share some photos from it, because it was an excellent, a great turnout. and some of our regular friends that pop out and pop out to our these events, and I got to see the wonderful Howard Cash and so many other people. But Howard was right there. That was one of my another mentor. I thank Jamel every day because Jamel has become a mentor to me, a friend, a brother, and I do believe we're related. But we'll talk about that another time. But so it's last night was I just I had to do my editings in for a client, and I said, you know what, time out, gotta get there, and got there, and it was a full room, and he was sharing so much information about the images, how his technique, his thought process, what his family, the history, his time in Vietnam. I mean, being in the military, and also his father being in the military, and all we are everything we experience in life. We make up whether it's negative or positive, we are the production, the result of all of the events that have happened in our lives. And he shares about being a correction officer. Also, and it's amazing. I try to go to all his book releases. And I always try to support, I always like to photograph it. I have a whole file dedicated to Jamel. Photos, videos. I'm hoping that this thing working. Maybe I can share maybe one clip from last night. And it's because I really do believe that his work is going to endure through generation, decades, then what do you call it, decades, and then centuries, yeah, the millennia. And because he frames all of these periods in history and truly is a documentarian. So I said, well, we're going to have obviously our Tip Tuesday, which is our everyday objects reimagined. So we're going to do that. Also, we're going to be out of here by 12 o'clock. I said we're going to try to make sure we're out by 12 o'clock every day this week. Next week is probably going to be all over the place because next week is moving week. And so you might have Gwendolyn here. You might have Chris here. You may have us all here. So we'll see how the week goes next week. But next week is it's moving week. Everything is going to be packed up and then move to Adrian's wonderful home. And also I'll be moving stuff to my brother's house too as well. So I have two places I'm sitting things. One is going to Bushwick. The other one's going to New Jersey. The moving men are doing New Jersey though. And my brother and I are going to be doing Bushwick at his mother's house. And so we're going to have a great time next week. That'll be next week. But this week, it's all about us. It's all about us. We are a community. And that was another part about last night. So many people came out and you could feel the camaraderie, the connection among everyone. Community is key. And the only way we're going to survive, I keep saying this over, I'll be a broken record. The only way we're going to survive this era we're in is through community. Community. And you are going to have to be a part of several communities to survive this chapter of American history. And I would say, I will extend it to global history, because what happens in America happens, it affects the rest of the world. Okay, so with no further delay, this book is amazing. First of all, Jamel always sends me when I get a book from Jamel, or if gives me one, or I go out and purchase one, he always says, "What do you think?" He says he always wants me to critique it. So I didn't go through the whole book. I made it through half the book, and and you see my little markers here, so I can share some of these with you. Let me take off this banner so I can share with you some of this. And first of all, I love the book, the way the book, the red, the way, the feel of it, the cover. And this book is called, let me see if I can get this right. Hold on a second. Is Drama and Flavor. Drama and Flavor. That's the name. That's the name of the book. And he shared about the model that's on here. The model that's on the cover was at the event last night. And can I share some of these photos with you guys? And again, make sure you hit the likes. If you are in the building, make sure you hit the likes. I didn't even include Instagram on there. Maybe should I include Instagram? Maybe I should. Let me hold on a second. Let me just get my Instagrammers in here. And because it's always good to have them here, right? Instagrammers. I know some of y'all like, forget that Instagram, but there are people that are just roaming by like they are on the street, like walking by a window of a store, and they're just passing by, and then they say, "Oh, you know what? Let me go check out what those people are doing over there." So you could never cancel out the Instagrammers. I mean, at least I try not to. I try not to, because they need to be here. So and because I know also some people that were there last night are on Instagram, and they might want to check it out. So let me do it real quick. And while I'm doing this, what are you doing today? What's your day like today? This is Tuesday. Tomorrow's hump day. What are you doing on this wonderful Tuesday? How are you going to be using this day that we have today? Okay, put it in the comment box. I could say, what are you drinking? But that's just so ordinary. Everybody says, what are you drinking, while they do something else, right? But what are you doing today? What are you doing? Any highlights for today, upcoming parts of this day? Okay, here we go. Instagram is up and ready. Welcome, Instagrammers. Welcome, Instagrammers. And one more thing here. And there we go. Because you always got to let the folks know in Instagram where they can come. Join us on YouTube. And I like just doing it in a moment because, hey, you never know. There we go. So, anyone want to be a producer? I would love a producer. No, I'm not even going to go down that road. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. I have been watching a TV series, and I'm really into it, but I'll let you guys know that on Thursday. But yeah, so here we go. So it's on the board. It is pinned and ready. Okay, so let's get to the book. Let's get to this book. Okay, Jamel Shabazz. This is a hardy book. Okay, first of all, look at the photo. You are getting, there's so much to be said about this book, but I just want you, that's Naomi Campbell. And in these sections also are, you can pretty much, they don't have I didn't see the contents, but you can see that in each section, several pages of the photos are categories. So here we go. And this is one of my favorites. This picture right here with Naomi Campbell is this Dapper? Is this Dapper Dan? Jamel? I think this is Dapper. I think it is. And what a beautiful shot. And then you go through it, you got these amazing full page and photos. I had to kind of like put it on my shoulder. And this one is something that I always, I'm always talking to you guys about the color wheel and maximizing your color schemes. But look, I mean, look at this. It's a big picture. And these are all, I mean, there's lots of cover, I should say centerfold type pictures inside there. And you got the wonderful Spike Lee in this collection. And you got Weatherford. And you got some more folks. And you got couples. You got the folks, people. Let me just get that in here. People everywhere. And what I love about these photos also, again, is just freezing people in time. And Jamel talked about that. I'm always talking about that. We as photographers, our great mission in life is to freeze time. And these are people are frozen in time. And I love this one. This is one of my favorite photos in the book. And as you say, and I have again more. I'm just sharing with, and this will be also available in. I don't know if you ever notice it, but on my description, there's an Amazon link to all of the people that are guests on this show or people that are related to this platform. You will find their books in a link that I have in a special designated place on Amazon. So you just click on that list, and this will be, I do believe this is on Amazon. If it's in the Amazon store, it will be there. You just click the link in my description page. And that's there every week, every day. But look at this. So a lot of fashion from the old days of, I like to say our school days. And look at these. Beautiful. The pictures. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I didn't see that part. Oh, I didn't get there yet. Holy moly, there's more to see. Again, there's so much to see in this book. And Jamel, this is going to, I have a couple of favorites from Jamel's books. And this one it has moved to it may be the top. I have to tell you, I have not gone through the rest of it, but there's another book that Jamel has, which is black and white. And it's one of my favorite books of his. But this one, I'm have to say, it is going to the top. This book is, I mean, look at the color. Look at the pages are full with images. I mean, these are not like little squares. This is a big book with large pictures, and everyone's represented. Then Hispanics are mentioned, represented. White folks are represented. Black folks are in here. It's everyone. Okay, let me go to my other tab before I can go straight through here. And there was another one that I loved. And Jamel was talking about his commitment to fashion and how he sets up his frames. Is that coming out? There we go. Let me get there. Right there. Perfect. Okay. Because I'm trying to be on with the mic, but that's good, right? And that's another one of my favorites. Like I said, I've only gone through half the book. And usually when I am looking at photos from these books from photographers, some of them require time to linger. I kind of just went through, just kind of look at it real quick. I knew I was going to be on here today, and I wanted to share with you guys this book. But some of these photos require time. I don't know if you guys can relate to that. Some of these photos require time, like this set of photos. This one right here with the record player going, the turntable, all that vinyl in the background, vinyl on the side, vinyl below. Look at the way they're dressed. Oh, let me get that angle there. That's the angle. There we go. Look at that. Look at the way they're dressed. But this one right here, Jamel told us the story behind this photo last night. Jamel and I have so much in common. It's listening to him. Sometimes it's like I'm having an out of body experience. And Adrian happens to be in the building today, so Adrian's everyone knows Adrian's not my blood son, but he's the son that I've raised and been a part of he's been a part of my life. We've gone through ups and downs, turnarounds. Some of the gray you see is from Adrian. And so this is Jamal's Adrian. The story that he shared and how this young man became his son, and how he and his wife took him in and took him through a journey of life and discovery and being there for this young man. And I won't go into the whole story. I won't even go. I'm just going to give you the brief, just that briefing. I think I recorded it last night. I think I did. The story behind this photo is I was almost in tears. Well, I was in tears, but I just had to get myself together to kind of like make sure I was continuing to film and to videotape what was going on. And it is something honorable when people see something in a young person when the rest of the world doesn't. Or when the rest of the world is like, why are you being bothered with that person? That kid is no good. That kid is like, he ain't got nothing. But when people invest in young people, when you take time out of your life, because being a mentor, a father figure, or, taking that role of father, it's work, y'all. It's sacrifice. But often I tell Adrian, I don't know if Jamel feels the same way. I tell Adrian all the time, he saved my life. He saved my life. He thinks I saved his life. He thinks that I did so much. But by having a son, and especially if it's someone that's not your blood son, that you brought into your life, and you have to guard that relationship with everything, meaning that you have to be on your P's and Q's. You have to be living a certain way of standards. You just can't just live any old way when you are a father, right? When you are a father, or when you become an adopted father or a father figure, or you step into that role, it really does change you. I had a conversation with a friend yesterday about this. When you become a parent, it changes your perspective of life. And I remember me being on Wall Street, and I was very, very Wall Street. I was very like in my thing. I wanted the best clothes. I wanted my Ralph Lauren's. I wanted to look my best, and I still did. But I always wanted the best. I was always chasing the money. I wanted to be. But when you take in someone into your family, it changes you. And I really believe, as Jamel was sharing yesterday, Jamel did so much, he and his wife, for this young man. And I do believe also it had to make Jamel a better man. Because when you bring people into your life, into your circle, into your family, that's sacrifice. Because I can guarantee you, if Jamel's anything like me, When these young folks are going through and they're figuring out life, you're not sitting home like when your son, whether he's adopted or he's your blood, and your son is going through something, or your son says, hey, Pop, I'm just going to do my thing. And then they are missing in action. And every time the phone rings, you think it's them, and it's not. And every moment you think about them, it brings tears to your eyes because you want nothing but the best for them. Whether they're your blood son or your spiritual son or the God-given son that just God was so gracious to gift to you. Anyway, Jamel shared the story behind this photo last night. And I was having a moment. I was like, Ryan, get it together. You got to stay focused. You're here to cover this event and share it with your community. But I tell you, for all of those out there, and if you've done this, you know what I'm talking about. It is amazing to be able to take people into your life. And if you haven't, as I let the sirens go by, if you haven't done it, you might want to. Adrian is the greatest gift that God has given me. And the way Jamel was talking about this gentleman, I said, oh, Jamel, I know what you're talking about, brother. I know what you're talking about. Man, when God gives you the son, when God gives you a son, it is the most remarkable thing in life. And I tell Adrian all the time, you saved my life. Your children save your life in so many ways. And I just thought I actually needed to share that. And I had no idea Adrian would be here. I did not know. But he's here. He's in the building. And he knows he means the world to me. I would give my arms, my legs, and everything for him. And again, more beautiful pictures in this book. More beautiful pictures. It's just, look at it. There's so much beauty. And I think I'm in this book. I am in this book, believe it or not. I just noticed it. And this was a photo from our World Photography Day at the Brooklyn Museum, where all of the last year, it was the first one, and all of the photographers that got the information and could be there were there. And I just saw this. I was like, wait a minute, that's in the book. And this is all of the amazing photographers here in New York City, a lot from Brooklyn. And this is all of us. So I can't take you through all of it. It's just an amazing book. The back cover is amazing. Jamel, you did it again, sir. And this book, I will tell you, I have to say, it is my favorite. It is definitely my favorite. And so definitely you can check this book out. And I do believe Amazon. You can check it online, go online, or you can just go to Jamel's site, click on his links, and Drama and Flava. Check it out. Such a great book. And nothing like pictures to help you reflect upon your life. And last night I was reflecting, and it meant the world to me to be there at the event. And thank you, Jamel, for doing it. Let me just see what you guys are saying in this book. Let me see what you guys are saying. I see Jamel saying, greetings, Kim. And See here, I see, hey, Lisa's in the building. Lisa's in the building. Oh, so many. You guys are talking. You guys are sharing a lot here. Takes the banner down, puts a bigger banner on. A beautiful cover, says Omar. Beautiful cover, says Omar. Jamel, Lisa says, do you have t-shirts with some of the images on them? This would be a great, you know what? This would be a great t-shirt. Some of his images would be great t-shirts. That's a good question. I don't know. Well, Jamel, Lisa wants to know. Do you have any merch yet? We got to work on some merch for you, sir. And Lisa says, I thought the same. Is Bryson says it's new release Tuesday. Yep. Well, it was new release last night, Monday. Apple appointment and one place food day. Okay, we got that. Tuesday, National Taco. Okay, go. We're going through weekend party. Okay. And Bryson was saying, that's Naomi Campbell? Yes, it was. Oh, Jamel says yes on some things here. Yes, that is Mr. Dapper Don from Harlem. And Kimmy Kim is in the building. She says, good morning, everyone. I see you, Kimmy Kim. And Brand Rising, Kimmy, and Beautiful says Mimi Hinton. And Jamel Shabazz, truly amazing work, says Jazzy. Truly amazing work. And Jamel says, peace. Jazzy, thank you. Mimi says, facts, Ron. Facts. We're sharing facts. That's what we do here as a community. Make sure you hit the likes, okay? And Chris is sending some love. Mimi says, all family ain't blood. You better believe that. There's some people that have kids and their kids don't give a hill of beans about them. And I don't know what those relationships were like. We don't know what the parents were like. But just because you have a blood child don't mean the blood child is going to look out for you. Usually it's only one that will, but the rest of them not. I'm from my connections with my friends and how my friends are supporting their parents, but the sisters and brothers, they don't give a hoot. They just live their lives. So blood is cool, but there's something more powerful than blood. And I think that's spiritual. Kimmy Kim says 100%. Kimmy Kim says, it is amazing how we connect with love. I see the hearts. I see the tears from Chris. Janet's in the building. She says, greetings, Touch Base Daily World. Oh, there's Adrian with his tear. Adrian means the world to me. He knows it. And I let him know all the time. He'll tell you, I'll give him a call and just say, I just called to tell you I love you. And without embarrassing him, right? Kimmy Kim says, nice. Jamel says, thank you, Ron. And Janice says, let me get that up there. She says, oh my God, I can't believe I'm there as well. Thanks to you. Jamel says, no, I don't. And I guess that's on the merch yet. We don't have any merch for Jamel yet. Not yet, but stay tuned. That's what I like to hear. Not yet, but stay tuned. He has so many amazing photos that could be definitely t-shirts, sweatshirts. And I'm sure he has a lot of sayings he could put on hats. Shopify. Mimi says, Mr. Jamel, you need merch. So they're asking for merch, Mr. Shabazz. And so there you go. Say that. Okay, so there we go. That was the first part of our time together. And again, check out the book in Amazon and any place that books are sold. What a great night last night. And it was, I love moments like that because, again, like I said, photo books are so important. And people say, oh, it's just a book. It's just photos. Photos can trigger memories. Photos can trigger periods of your life that makes you smile and make you sad. and make you reflect and make you, just like, oh, wow, I can't believe that happened. Or just things that happen in life. And you just say, wow, we used to do that at Albee Square Mall. Jamel used to hang out at Albee Square Mall taking photos of people. Now, I used to hang out at Albee Square Mall, but I was just going to get some food downstairs. I didn't even know Jamel existed back then. And we're from the same age group. So he was going to Albee Square Mall to photograph. I was going to Albee Square Mall to eat after school and hanging out in the neighborhood. But again, follow his books and do that. Let's see here. I'm going to do announcements now before I go into this. So let me just do that really quick. And again, make sure you hit the likes and do that good stuff. Join my email list today just by going to ronlewisphotos.com. You can sign up for the email list. That's how I'll stay in contact with you. Especially, I don't send out a lot of emails, but it's good to stay in contact. And I'll send a couple out a year. Like I'm due to get one out next. I was supposed to get one out this Friday. We'll see how it works out. Event photography. If you're looking for an event photographer, I am an event photographer. And if you are looking for someone for your commercial projects or for your corporate projects, anything that is an event, I love photographing. Also, thank you again for our Patreon members. We gained a new Patreon member this week. I believe it's 2 or 3 that we gained this week. And if you are in the Patreon community and you're in the free area, you might just like say, Ron is worth $3 for a cup of coffee for a month. Step it up. Every dollar counts because it costs money to be on these platforms. It costs money to make material, and it costs money to be on StreamYard and Microsoft and Canvas and all the other things that we use to be here. So thank you to the Patreon members because you make this possible. And also, you are invited to join our YouTube channel here at Touchbase Daily, which is under Ron Lewis Photos. And just hit the like and subscribe. Okay, and so let's get into our lesson today. Our lesson for today, students, are you ready for lessons for today? It is Everyday Objects Reimagined. Everyday Objects Reimagined. And I've gone to several gallery showings over my years of going to gallery events. And I love supporting other photographers. And I've seen in some of these gallery events photos of just things like spools, like you see here, or a baseball mitt, or just objects. And they make it in, and you can find some of those images in places like MoMA and the Brooklyn Museum and all of the huge, museums. And when they're on, exhibition. And so don't underestimate photographing everyday things. It's a subject. It's a thing. Because think about it. If you take photos of your everyday objects today, 50 years from now, it's going to be a part of history. And 50 years from now, they're going to say, wow, that's what the spool looked like, or that's what the phone looked like. Because I guarantee you, the phone that we have in our hands is not going to look anything like it is 50 years from now. Right? 50 years from now, there's going to be a lot of changes. So why not document your world? Document your everyday objects. And not only that, reimagine them. You can create abstract art. You can do a lot with your everyday photos just using your smartphone. Just using your smartphone. We call those stills. Okay, here we go. This is like a project for everybody this week. Here is a playful and visually rich challenge. I'm challenging you all, perfect for sparking curiosity and creativity. Here is a set of tips and messaging that can deepen engagement and inspire experimentation. If you play around with the objects, play around with the pencils, play around with all those little things that hang around your house, a dime, a nickel, a quarter, photograph them, see what you get out of it. Everyday objects reimagined. Challenge. Here's your challenge, y'all. This is your challenge for the week. Photograph a common item in an uncommon way. See what comes of it. Mission. Transform the ordinary into the extraordinary using only your smartphone and your imagination. So you're getting your homework before we start. So this is your homework for the week. Anyone that wants to be a photographer, anyone that wants to venture into the world of photography, this is a good place to start. Photograph your everyday objects. Everyday objects. Oh, everybody's talking about Taco Tuesday. Is it Taco Tuesday? I should go get some tacos today. Tips to elevate the everyday. All right, here we go. Number 1, shift your perspective. Shoot from below, above, or through something. You can go take your hand, do a circle like this, and then take the camera lens and put it right there, and you can create something beautiful. Shoot from different perspectives. A spoon from underneath, a chair leg from ground level. Surprise us. And I meant to put in here hashtag Touch Base Daily assignment. Can we do that? Touch Base Daily assignment. So we'll just do TBD, not touch. Don't write the whole word. Hashtag. If you go on Instagram, just put in there hashtag. If you post it, hashtag TBD assignment. Okay, that's right. We'll do that. Okay, there you go. Next one. Play with light. And I want you to notice I have photos on the side, like some stock photos here, to kind of like help you and guide your imagination. Use shadows, reflections, or backlighting to distort or dramatize the object's form, like a stack of credit cards. And while we're on this little stack of credit, sorry about that. I went mute. There's such thing as called stock images, where you can sell your photos like stock images. You can put them on stock image sites like Getty Images, Adobe Images. There's a whole host of them. And also, when you're taking pictures of everyday items, some of these things you can post and see if people will purchase them. Like these credit cards on the page here. Someone did this in photographing their items, and then what happened? They posted to stock images, and someone bought it, and now it's used in Microsoft in their stock photos. There's a world beyond. You don't have to be a fashion photographer to make money. You can do whatever you want. There's a genre for everything in photography. That was the side note. So you want to get a couple of dimes here, nickels and dimes, because that's what it costs now, nickels and dimes. But if you got thousands of photos along the way, those nickels and dimes will add up. Next, zoom in. Zoom in. Say it with me, everyone. Zoom in. Zoom into the object. You might see new things about that object that will be appealing and worth photographing. Get close enough to abstract the object. Texture and pattern can become the subject. Like flowers and, like I used to do this when I used to experiment with stuff here at the house. I used to bring home flowers to the house once in a while. because you need to bring your own flowers, right? If no one's bringing home flower, giving you flowers, you need to have your own flowers. Just go out in the store and get them. But when I would go out and buy flowers for myself, that was a great time to do photos of the flowers. And I would get close to them and take pictures of them and change the angle, take the flower vase and put it near the window and move around the vase and look at the flowers and from different angles, look at the details on the leaves. And yeah, I'm the nerd. But sometimes you will, in doing that, you will discover a beautiful image that you created. And then you could print that beautiful photo you created and put it on your wall. Shoot, you might even put it in a store. And maybe someone will buy it. I'm trying to get you to think outside the box. Think outside the box. Yeah, this is Omar says you can make a good living taking Santa pictures. Well, any picture, right? Take pictures. Kay says, blessed Tenacious Tuesday, Tip Tuesday, made it. I will also watch the replay to catch up on the beginning. There you go. But again, get close to your subject. Next, we're almost over. We're almost there. We're almost there, y'all. Frame creatively. Use doorways, windows, or even your own hand to create unexpected composition. I'm always amazed by folks that take pictures from the most unheard of places to take pictures. For instance, when I see photos in a gallery of someone taking pictures through let's say a circle at the end of a park bench, and then they use the handrail at the end of a park bench, and then they take pictures through it, and it becomes a frame for something that they want to take pictures at the end of it. Or someone is they see some reflection in the glass, like they're at dinner and they see a reflection on glass, and then next thing you know, they take the picture of the reflection, and then the person is in a shallow depth of field, and you say, wow, that's a beautiful photo. And all they did was take a picture of a person's reflection in the glass. Guys, you can find beauty in so many places as a photographer. So be creative. Be creative. You can take a frame, an old frame that has nothing in it. Like it's broken, the glass is gone, and it's just a frame. Take that frame, set it up, take pictures through it. You can do so much. Be creative. Imagine the unimaginable. Next, color contrast. Place the objects against a bold or unusual background to make it pop or confuse the viewer. Because sometimes we photographers like to play games. We like to play games with your imagination. Like, for instance, you're like, what is this? And I do believe this is a lipstick, right? Lipstick. But at the first glance, maybe you would know that's a lipstick, but maybe not. Maybe you're like, what is that? What is that red object? Like, you got the light properly on there. You got the shadows to the side. Don't be afraid to create. Create. Place the object against a bold or unusual background to make it pop or confuse the viewer. Now, when you're posting on Instagram, on TikTok, do something like this. Can you guess what this is? Create a conversation around your photo. Like, especially if it's like abstract and people can't like truly see exactly what it is in the first glance, encourage your audience to comment, guess, and share. Right? People, they always say, Ron, why do people post? Why do photographers post? Some of us post because of a portfolio. Some of us post online because we just want to we want to share what's going on in history, want to share what's happening. But sometimes it's just good to just have some fun. It's just good to have some fun online. So post your photos. Remember, hashtag TBD assignment. Bonus tip, use your smartphone's portrait mode. I do photos in both. I always do my food portraits in both. Now, I used to just do regular camera shot. I used to take pictures below it like that, shots all over the place when I'm taking pictures of food. But now, since the portrait modes are so beautiful in these smartphones, I also take in portrait mode. And you will be surprised how beautiful these images are when you use portrait mode on your smartphone. Or you can manually focus to isolate details and add depth. There you have it. That is your lesson for today. Any questions in the audience? Any questions, students? Any question? Okay, I see Omar says, my very first portfolio piece was a red lipstick shot. There you have it. And Omar became an amazing photographer for some amazing fashion houses. Omar takes pictures of everything, and he's worked with the best. Adrian says, my iPhone tip, flip the phone upside down to get the good bottom up angle. Apples don't fall far from the tree. That's a good one, Adrian. That is a good one. As a matter of fact, it was so funny you bring that up. This summer when I was photographing at the African American Film Festival, my partner in crime, we were in the green room photographing the celebrities. And out of nowhere, he said, "Oh, I got." He said, "I got you. I got." He's taking pictures of us with the celebrities, and he turned the camera upside down. And I was like, "Bernard, what are you doing?" He says, "This is a better shot." And I never thought of turning my camera upside down while taking a picture, of friends. And he was right. The picture came out really, it had a different feel to it from taking the picture with the camera or the phone upside down. Because the camera, when you do it, the camera will automatically turn it right back up. But it's a new perspective. Thank you, Adrian. That was good. Bryson says, what is Bryson saying? He says, my Samsung Galaxy S25 is taking great crispy photos. Nice. Get out there and use those phones. Use those smartphones. They are truly great cameras. You're walking around with great cameras and you're not using them. Use them. Janet says to Adrian, yes, Adrian, upside down. Upside down, you turn me. Sorry, no, I better not sing, right? No singing. I'll stick to my day job. But yes, upside down. That's a good song, right? Isn't that a good song to remind you of that when you do your photography this week? Upside down, you turn me. Upside down. Okay, guys. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today here at Touch Base Daily. I hope you have a great week and that you get out and do something special for yourself. Do something that makes you smile. Do something that makes you laugh. And if you have someone in your life that you love, your son, your daughter, your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, your grandpappy, your auntie, your cousins, your neighbor, let them know how much you love them, because life is short. Life is short. Give people their flowers while they're alive. So say great things. Let them know how you feel. Don't hide it. Let people know that you love them. Okay, guys, have a great day. Enjoy. See you tomorrow for our wonderful Talk Wednesday. Let's talk. We'll have I do believe the whole panel will be here tomorrow, and we'll be talking talk tomorrow. Enjoy, guys. Have a great day. Love ya. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.